packets and things. Okay, I'm gonna get myself set up with a couple of pillows here because my legs are short. Go ahead. Come on back. Okay, so the whole thing about this is that if you have trouble moving your legs, you know, whether, like a lot of us have the QB Junior and you have to, you know, pedal it kind of like a bike type of thing. This one, you don't have to do any of the work. So basically, I'm gonna just bring this back a little bit. If you look at this, first of all, it's not heavy. It has these 2 foot pads, both of which have little dots on them and little bumps. And that again is for, you know, basically to keep your feet on there. You don't have to stand at all. You just put your feet on there. That's all you have to do. And then you've got a remote control right here. The remote control has a little button that says 1, a little button that says 2, and a little button that says off. All I have to do is hit the number 1, it turns it on, and starts to move my feet. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing anything. It's doing everything for me. If I hit the number 2, now it picked up the pace just a little bit. So it's moving my legs and my feet for me. I can do this in bare feet. I can do this in any which way I want to. I can do this with, you know, tennis shoes on. I can do it with sandals on. It doesn't matter. But the whole thing about this is that 7,000 of these have been sold since February. It's $179.98. That is a sale price that saves you about $20 or so. And we're going to bring in Denise Repko again to tell us all about it. This is called LegXercise.
Yes.
Denise, you were just talking and telling everybody about how you've been in the medical assistance world for about 35 years. And what that means is like equipment and things that people need. Let's talk about this. Who needs this?
Yeah, well, I've been in the durable medical equipment business for about 35 years, but also the fitness world. That was my personal passion, was fitness. So I've seen so many things come and go, and some things that are really helpful to people and some things, not so much. This is such an important piece of equipment or machine because there are so many people who don't move as much as they want to or could, or that need to move and can't. And this is not, I don't want to say to you, this is replacing an elliptical or a treadmill, because no, it's not. This is not a exercise machine, although we call it LegXercise. It's really movement for your legs. So my dad uses this because my dad, who has been told by his doctor, you need to get up and move more. You need to walk more. Well, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I said to him, Dad, I'm going to put this down in front of you because you sit, you know, in your chair a lot and you watch your TV and you do your things. Occasionally he gets up and goes out. But he was really having issues with his amount of movement and the way he was walking. And I put this out in front of him and he kind of laughs at me. He said, what the heck is that thing?
Yeah.
I said, Dad, please just do me a favor. Put your feet on here. You don't have to do a thing. Sit and watch your TV. So what this actually is doing for him and for anybody who puts their feet on here, it causes increased circulation just by the movement, and then it adds flexion to your knees and to your ankles.
Yeah.
And you showed it beautifully. It's lightweight. It only weighs 7 pounds. And if you wanted to change the pitch, there are little incline legs on the front that you just pull out and lock into place.
Yeah.
Put it right back down, and now you've changed that degree of angle. Hence changing the way you're feeling it in your knees and your ankles. And I say to people, if you choose to, this might be the only thing you can do, or this might be a stepping stone to motivating you to do something more. So absolutely, you can sit up tall, and now you're engaging your core. If you happen to have some hand weights, like I do sitting behind me, you can make this a total body movement piece of equipment.
Denise,
you can even do different things.
Does it work with 4 feet? If you got 4 legs?
Yes. Is my girlfriend Kylie there?
Actually, Scott Hind and Kylie.
I love my
we've
friends.
got-
Hi, guys.
We've got a
Hi,
pet,
doggies.
a pet shop coming up next hour. So Daisy and Dudley just came in
Daisy and
here.
Dudley.
You know, we
I
need to
love
make
them.
one that takes 4 feet and moves
Bye,
them.
friends.
Scott, I'll see you next hour.
Honestly, no,
But-
that's so totally cool.
Like you say, this is so great because you can actually increase the resistance, but I'm not doing anything except sitting
Exactly.
here, and it's
Right.
moving my legs for me.
It is. And you know what, too? Down at the bottom left corner of your
Yeah.
machine, there's a big display. That's a number display.
Yeah.
Let me suggest to you, let
I'll
me
show
tell
you.
you what this does. On that level 2, which is a little bit of increased speed,
Mm-hmm.
if you put your feet on here, rest your feet on here with shoes, socks, bare feet, doesn't matter. 70 steps. It's the equivalent in 1 minute of 70 steps. Add that up, and if you do an hour, just set your feet on there for an hour. That's 4,200 steps. Do you know what that's
Wow.
equivalent to? 1.65 miles.
Oh
So
my word.
you might not
That's a
ever be
lot.
motivated to get up and walk 1.5
Right.
miles. Maybe the weather is a problem. Maybe you don't live
Yes.
in an area where walking is safe for you.
Right.
So this is something that you don't have to change anything that you're doing throughout your day. You just put this in front of whoever you love most and needs it most, because that's what
Yeah.
I've done for my dad.
Yeah.
And all he does is rest his feet on it. And this does that work for him to help increase the circulation,
Yeah.
to help that mobility, to
Right.
keep those joints moving and active.
Yeah, and remember the remote control, even that is ergonomic because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to hold it out here. It's not like your typical remote control. You can see where you can put your fingers right there. Up here, it just says off, 1 and 2. Like I'm on
easy.
number 2 right now, so that's the faster movement right there. I'm going to move it, watch my feet, because I'm going to move it to number 1. See how it just slowed down? Now watch this, I'm going to hit number 2.
Yeah.
And it just picked up the pace a little bit. And the best part about this is, like you said, you know, what if you've had knee surgery or hip surgery?
Yes,
And
thank
you know,
you.
so you're not, it's not like you're older. I mean, that could be for any age. And
It
they
could
just
be.
say, you know, you can see my knees. Now, granted, I would probably want to be up a little higher. I'm kind of down a little bit. But the whole thing is, it's moving my knees, you know,
Yeah,
even
and
just ever so slightly.
Absolutely. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you brought out that point that just struck a chord with me. I've had people get in touch with me now telling me that they've just had knee replacement or they've had hip surgeries or ankle surgeries. This is an amazing tool. Obviously, check with your doctor first. And because this weighs 7 pounds, you could bring it to them and say, well, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
It helps to keep you moving, to get you moving. So they've been using it as part of their rehabilitation process
Right.
prior to and after surgeries. So it's just truly, if getting out and getting up, if you're a bariatric patient, maybe somebody who's just too large to move,
Right.
put your feet on this and let this do the work for you. You do not stand on it. You simply rest your feet on it. It doesn't matter what size shoe you are because it's open. And those little nubbies on the top, feel good on your feet.
That's
To
probably
me, this is
giving
the
you-
most soothing.
Yeah, it's like a massage on your feet. I've got my shoes
Totally.
on, my sandals on, so I don't feel the little nubbies, but I'm bet with my bare feet, that would be great. I don't want to put my bare feet on here because this is something that all of us as hosts use. But the
right.
thing about this is that I'm not moving this. This machine is moving me. And that's what I think is really interesting. Hey, you know, I say spend the $36. You got 5 payments of $36. Spend the $36 and get it home and give it a try. Do it with different seats. Maybe it's your favorite chair or your couch. Maybe you do get on a chair more like Denise is on, which is like a dining room chair or a kitchen chair, so that you feel like you're sitting up a little bit more. Right now, I feel like I'm kind of sitting down a little bit more. But like you say, then you can move your arms. You can do different resistance things with your arms at the same time. I think that, you know, as a society, we've become very sedentary. And, you know, and a lot of that happened during the pandemic when we were stuck at home and we started binge watching, shows and things like that. You could actually binge watch My Time with Mary Beth if you wanted.
100%.
I don't know one person who's done that, but anyway.
I'm going to start.
I'm teasing. I don't think I could even stand to watch it.
No. But put this under a desk. If you're sitting in your office chair, put it under the desk. Bring it to the office. I had one customer tell me her son works an overnight shift where he answers the phones and he can't leave his desk to go take a break.
Oh,
put this under your desk to help keep you awake.
Yes.
It's got so many different uses for such a simple machine.
And it's funny because you know what? To be honest with you, after sitting here for, like 9 minutes doing this, I feel it in my back a little bit,
Absolutely.
And so, and like what you're doing right there, you can be doing some motion with your legs while your feet are moving. It's a cool idea, Denise. Thank you so much for bringing this to QVC. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mary Beth.
All right, take care. Have a great day.
You too.
And in the meantime, I'm going to go run with the dogs. Yeah, actually, I'm going to run to the other studio, and we're going to see who let the dogs out. You know what I mean? We're talking Daisy and Dudley, and Luca is joining us as well. It's like doggy daycare coming up, and a brand new product right at the top of the show, so don't go away.